Hello, 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 everybody. Wagwan. What's up? It's Gavin from Orda66 Paintball and Orda66 Lair Podcast. Welcome back, season 7. We've been rolling with some great paintball stories this season, and the trend continues today. So, you know what I say all the time: strap in, get your mind right, get your beverage, get your fuel six. Whatever we got to do, we got a good one here for you today. So, without further ado, our guest for season 7, episode 16, lucky number 16. We've got none other than Trenton Hunt from Eastside Paintball. Welcome to the lair, Trenton. What's up, man?
I'm glad to be here.
Good to have you, man. What's up? What you been up to?
Just working, getting ready for our local 5-man, getting ready to coach our D5 line, and then after that, get ready for our local D3 X Ball event, and then a little break and get ready for Cincinnati.
Ooh, the grind never stops, baby.
Nope, the grind doesn't stop.
There we go. There we go. Well, we're gonna talk about all things that you guys are doing at Eastside. We'll talk about your paintball story and everything. So, but before we get into all that, man, I would like to break the ice on the lair. Since season 1's been called Gavin's dad joke of the day. I don't know. How do you feel about dad jokes, Trent?
I like them. You got to have the right humor for them.
Are you a dad?
No, I'm not a dad. I have friends that are dads, but I'm not a dad.
He's like, don't put that on me, please. That's happened to my paintball money. All right. Well, here's what. If a dad joke is banging, maybe you can put it in your arsenal that when you do become a dad, you can throw it at your kids. How's that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, there you go. All right. So without further ado, Trent, are you ready for the dad joke of the day?
Yes,
All right, here we go.
yes.
Let me get my drum roll going here. Hold on. You know I had to get a drum with some soul with it, man. Come on, I can't just have no regular
Huh?
drum around here, right? All right. So Trent,
Yep.
that joke of the day. You ready? Um,
Yep.
what did the horse say after it tripped, Trenton?
I do not know what the horse said after it tripped.
Can see the wheels turning, though, like you're thinking about it a little bit, like yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
All right, you ready? You want to know? You want to know what it said, Trenton?
Yeah, I'd love to know what it said.
Okay. It said, "Help! I've fallen and I can't giddy up."
That's a good one. Can't giddy up.
There you go. All right. So all right. On a scale of 1 to 10, Trenton, what do you give that joke?
I get that dad joke probably a nice 5 to 6 range.
Since that's decent. Let me put it out to my people because I'm a man of the people. You know, we do it for the people, right? Let's see, guys. What do you guys think, guys? The people love it, man. There we go. Boom, bang, pow. We're out the gate. We're sitting down with Trenton Hunt from Eastside Paintball. Trent is actually the second Eastside guy in a row that we've had in the lair. So it's been Eastside till we die all day up in here. So I'm excited to get him in here and talk all things paintball. So Trenton, welcome once again. So, but for those of us that don't know who you are, Trenton, tell us who are you, Trenton? Where you're from? How you got into paintball, and then how that path took you to where you are banging with Eastside. So let's start off with
Um,
who are you, where you from, and how you got into paintball.
my name is Trenton Hunt. I'm from Washington, D.C., PG County, Maryland. My paintball journey started way back in, I think, 2008. I was at work and I saw this flyer for paintball and they were doing some type of charity event. So I said, I never tried that. So I went out to the local field called Outdoor Adventurers Bowie. And when I went out there, I noticed that nobody was there from like my company. I went to the little pro shop and asked. They said they didn't have anything there, and they didn't get any word. Just like
Oh, so this is
I
the
was like,
work. Oh
yeah, it
shit.
was a flyer at work.
So you started later in life.
Yeah, I started later, so it was like, I said I'm out here. I might as well try it, and went out, played in the woods, and after that first day, I was hooked. And then eventually, I learned about playing speedball, and as you know, you gotta do your research and buy your first gun, and then you gotta buy the electric gun. They gotta buy the tank, the elbow pads, and knee pads, and
Hmm.
whatever. Then I wound up joining my first team called Full Eclipse, and we started doing little things and whatnot. Me and the captain sort of had like a little following out a little bit because of how far we had to travel for practice was so far away and it didn't really fit with me. So one of the guys
What league were you guys playing at this time when you guys were rocking?
I actually didn't get to play in the league. We
Okay.
were talking about it, but because of how far the practice was, the practice was like an hour and 45 minutes away
Ooh.
from my house,
Mm,
and what we were doing to get ready was kind of not meshing with me.
hmm
So I wound up talking to one of the guys who was originally on the team who he wound up leaving and starting his own team. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for the past like 15 years. His name is Dwayne. He's kind of like my best friend in paintball. So I wound up talking to him, and he wound up forming his own team called Maryland Shockwave. And just started doing 3-man, and then gradually moved from 3-man to 5-man. And basically, we kept playing together for a while, and then eventually I kind of branched out and did my own thing and started traveling to other fields locally and joined a whole bunch of teams and just learned learned from all the higher divisional players that were better than me, and eventually I wound up making my way to Eastside.
How long you been at Eastside now?
I've been with Eastside, well, been with them for I say about let's see, I joined them in October, so around it was about like what 8 months now.
Okay.
I've
Oh,
known
that's
them, yeah, I've known them for a while, but I officially joined them in October, right before Cup last year.
okay. So you came on at the tail end of last season. So last season,
Mhm.
the Eastside ended up as D4 champs in the league that you play in, the NRPL. All right, and
Cor-
so you
Correct.
you you were there for that part of it, right? Correct. So what was that process like? And wrapping up the season being D4 champs. Can you recap that for us? And now moving on from that, what's the season been like now since you guys are in D3? Like, was it is it a whole new
Yep.
world? Is it a
Uh,
fun new world? So let's talk about that for a little bit.
Okay. With that, I was actually a D3 player, so I was actually just guesting on teams throughout the year because the team I had previously didn't come back for 2025. So with Eastside, I was basically reffing at the local tournament series. I was just progressively watching them just get better, win tournaments, win the 5-mans, win the X balls, go to the national tournament scenes, and they started to get some success. And at the last 5-man event of the year for the local scene, um, we were just all in the shop, just talking or whatnot. And I was talking to the Ramon and Jake, and I was talking about I might not go to Cup this year because I didn't have a team. And Jake was like, "Hey, would you like to join our 5-man team that's playing at Cup?" I said, I said, "Sure, I'll join the 5-man team." I wound up, yeah, yeah, joined the 5-man line that they had at Cup, and wound up helping the X Ball line as well. So we were there the entire time and helped the X Ball line. They went 2-2. The 5-man line, we went 4-4. Just barely missed the cut, and eventually, eventually wound up getting on the team. And everybody probably knows by now about the infamous little speech that I had that hyped them up after that loss.
Listen. I was ready to go bunker somebody too, boy. I was like, damn. But the thing is, like looking at you and then say you're never good to judge a book by the cover. Like like you look so like soft spoken and reserved or whatever. And then to see that fire coming out of you, I was like, damn, let's go. But that's a passion that the sport brings out of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's actually my personality. I have a real calm personality. And after after that little loss that they had, one of the things that I learned over the years of like playing and hearing stories from other players about how coaches would talk to them during a loss or talk to them during the match was like the way I basically um talk and hype and just give people I just try and give people confidence and picture, just give out good energy because I don't like a coach that comes out and says, hey, you messed up. You're a stupid player. You didn't do this right. You didn't do that right. You suck and all the rest of this. I'm like, no, I'm never gonna do that. I'm gonna like, hey, guess what? You messed up this point. Guess what? This next point, you're gonna go out there. You're gonna shoot two people. You're gonna go down there, bunker the last guy, and you're gonna hit the buzzer. And when you give off that energy and everybody can feel off of it and feel that positivity, you feel like you can just run through a brick wall and take on anybody.
That's facts. That's facts. That's true. That's true. Like, and everybody always says, different strokes for different folks. What works for one guy may not work for another guy. But overall, do you feel like that approach is really what's helped you guys so far? Like, just like that positive mindset and that you guys seem to have.
Of course, always on this team, nobody really ever has like a down moment. We're always there to pick up somebody. Like we may lose a point, or we may lose a match, and yeah, we may get a little bit frustrated that we lost a point, but we're always going to be continue to be upbeat and positive and feel like we can take on anybody and beat anybody on any given day, regardless of the situation.
So you guys got the D4 champs, and now the season has started now in the NRPL with being D3. What are the biggest
hmm
differences that the team has seen? Like, obviously you said you've played D3 before, but for the team as a whole, what's it been like, that transition, like playing D3 now in the NRPL, and how's this season been going for you guys?
Well, this season's been going pretty good for us. The NRPL is a great way to get like the experience and learning how to play D3 and taking that experience and going to the national level. Um, the biggest difference is what I was told and what I learned is that instead in D4 you may be able to have one body shot off the break. In D3 you have potentially two to three. You can lose two bodies off the break. Everybody's gun skills are good. The communication is where it has to be, and when you make a move, you have to make a move quickly. The window is not as open as it was in D4, so you have to be quicker on your moves.
So how many events have gone by so far? So is it, are you on E2, E3?
I think it's been three events have gone by so far. It's been two national events and one local event. So we're getting ready to prepare our D5 line for their next event that's coming up in 3 weeks, or I think 2 weeks time at the end of March, and then I'm sorry, end of May, sorry, and then yeah, hmm and then we have our X Ball, our D3 X Ball event right after that, and then we have a little break for the Castro wedding. Shout out to Austin and his lovely
Oh,
wife Kate.
hold on,
And
hold on, hold on. I gotta give Austin the shots.
yeah, and shout out to them. And they get a little break, a little time off, and then we go right into getting ready for Cincinnati.
Okay, so and getting ready for Cincinnati, let's backtrack a little bit. You guys, the MAO just wrapped up. That was a disappointing finish for you guys. I think you finished what, sixth overall in D3. And you personally, I know, had some strong remarks for the officiating. So, what was going on? What was going on for you guys in MAO? What wasn't working?
Uh,
What was working? What were the zebras doing to piss you off? So, let's talk about MAO, and then how can you
mm,
guys turn it around going into Cincinnati? Because let's be real.
Going into let's see, just finishing that Dover event, man, that's just still a bad memory in our in our minds, man. Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
What? Well, we're so used to the reffing at our local events at the NRPL because our refs, they actually, when we call for checks and check for certain things, they actually go in and do their job. I'm actually a ref myself, and that's because the owner, John, holds us to a high standard, and he knows like, hey, this is my reputation that's on the line. So when a player please calls for a check, do your job, go in and check them, do your job and make the right call. In Dover, we had a situation where our game was tied, 4-3 scenario. Their guy runs down the Dorito side. Two of our guys on the safe side see him, shoot him blatantly, and he still runs through and shoots two more of our guys and doesn't catch a gross major for that. And it was bad when the other team in the pit agreed that there should have been a gross major, and then the people on the sidelines agreed it should have been a gross major, and we didn't get the call. We still had a chance to tie it up with 59 seconds, but we just needed one more extra second to take that game into overtime and potentially win. But it wasn't just us. It was a lot of other teams out there that were complaining that, hey, the refs were not doing their jobs. And I actually saw this firsthand where I saw a player get shot and on the sideline, and this is in a 5-man, and the head ref just looked there, just stayed there and just like, okay, then walked in after a minute and a half later. Oh, you're hit. Come out, no penalty flag. So it's just the refs have to be held to a higher standard. It's
You
like,
know, it's an age old thing that everyone said. Like, you have some people that say, hey, you shouldn't have it in the ref's hands in the first place. But then there's the thing that when it is in the ref's hands and they do make such an egregious call or non-call, and it flips the tide of it, you can't help but change the tide. So it's I agree. The refs need to be held to a higher standard. Like, I haven't played NXL myself in a while. But we do have those opportunities in the ICPL too as well. There's a video we have last year, and then the finals where our guy clearly shoots the guy in front of the ref right in his hopper, and ref calls him clean, and we're all like, it's I think Blue, Blue, he does a lot of the videos. Blue PB, Blue caught a
okay,
video, and Blue even said he's hit. Call him out. But yeah, refs are gonna make mistakes. Refs are gonna blow calls. But um, what can we do though, bro? Like we just gotta play ball, right?
you gotta play ball, but it's actually the refs have to actually like I say probably like go to a school or you have to get refs that aren't biased and can be able to do their jobs. That's one of the things that with the NRPL locally and the NRXL because we're refs that we're players as well, so we know
Mm-hmm.
what to look for. We'll
Mm-hmm.
go in and check. We'll tell a player like, hey, if they ask for a paint check or they get hit, and we'll tell them, hey, your bounce, keep playing, you're good. We'll let you know that you're out, and we're not biased on like throwing penalties. It's like, okay, there's a video that's out right now by One Click Nick, where you have our Derek, who is a semi-pro player for Nasty. He calls the player out and like, you're out, player, get out. And he say, hey, I'm not playing that today. And it's like, if you want to give your team a penalty, go ahead. And he
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
and the player goes like, whatever, bro. And it's like, okay, okay, minor penalty. It's like, I was like, dude, I'll throw it all day. And that's clear rule. When you have a ref that actually is like, actually
Mm-hmm.
one does his job and actually
Mm-hmm.
two holds the
So,
player accountable,
right, right,
that makes the
right. I
that
bet,
makes the tournament so much better.
I bet nobody else pulled that bullshit for the rest of the day though.
Oh, nobody did. No, nobody did.
Saw that shit. I was like, ooh, he wasn't playing with him. Listen, and players are gonna try you. Players are gonna try you, man. Like I've left a couple recently, and I'm just like, bro, like I don't know why. Just I don't know. But yeah, we got to do something with a ref, and hopefully the powers that be can have some more clinics. And actually, you know what? I think one of the problems is make it also more lucrative for the refs. I mean, if a guy's making the bare minimum and he's got to do all this other bullshit, is he gonna give you your 400%? Probably not. You know what I mean? So we got to incentivize it for them too as well to and make it worth their whiles. But there definitely needs an upgrade on that. But I definitely want to touch base on that because you had some strong words. So how the other thing I heard about that, how was the paint, man? I heard some people the paint wars has been interesting, but how was the paint for you guys? Because I've been hearing a lot of different stories about the paint at that event.
Oh, the Defy paint was perfect for us. It was, I know some teams were kind of complaining that they were like blending and whatnot, and like for us being here in Maryland, we play in all types of weather, snow, rain, free, humid conditions. So when it was about 55 degrees because we had morning games, so we know it's like, okay, it's 55 degrees. you probably don't want to ride the line of like that 290, 300 range. You want to probably put your guns down at 280s and the 270s. And our paint just shot money. We didn't have any breaks. It was just beautiful.
Let it fly with the fire.
Let it fly with the fire, baby.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, good, good, good. All right, so you guys are locked in, ready to go. Cincinnati's coming up. You got some other events coming up, and obviously some adjustments will be made. Who do you think's like really ready to go on the squad? Like ready to like what? Let's shake this shit off and let's get to it. Or is everybody locked in?
Oh, everybody's like that. After that was probably our best event that we had so far to throughout the year so far. We were 3-0-1. We were really feeling it. And
Mm.
then with that, it's like everybody just left with a sour taste and everybody just pissed off and just ready to rip through the net and just get to the next event because we're all ready to go. We want to get to that we want to get to the finals. We want to show out on the pro field and we want to show what Eastside is about. We want to get that first place.
Okay, so I've asked this question a couple times, and we'll start off with that as my first question out of the hopper. So I see this guy. This is my guy.
Hmm.
He's got 13 pods on him. So
Uh,
you just gotta stay there and take the paint. So let's talk about what is Eastside about, man? Because I've had a couple Eastside guys on and giving me different what they feel Eastside's about. What is Eastside about really, Trenton?
Uh, Eastside is basically like a true family. Like we're in each other's lives on and off the field. I know a couple of guys just went to a concert in Baltimore a couple of weeks ago,
Mm.
and I think a couple of them just signed up for another concert that's happening in October. So that's what East Side's about. It's a true family oriented thing. I know with Ramon, with you have Chance, but Chance has siblings, so we cheer them on all the time. I think Chance's younger brother I have Chance's younger brother. He's going to kill me because I forgot his name. Oh, Cam. Sorry, Cam. Killer Cam.
Killer
He
Cam,
plays
right?
lacrosse. Yeah, so he plays lacrosse. So we're always like hyping him up for lacrosse or whatnot. Of
Mm.
course, I give him a little slack. I say, hey, what's up, Cam? How many goals you have? He said one. I said, Cam, man, you gotta step that up, man. You gotta have three. You gotta have three goals, man. You slipping. So yeah, so that's what we're a true like family on and off the field. Just that's what Eastside is about.
It's important when you guys like do stuff off the field together. That's one of the things I've always said. It's you can't just throw players together and expect success. Every once in a while, yeah, it may happen. The once in a blue moon. But I think when players know each other, gel with each other, grow together, have those experiences like going to concerts and hanging out outside of paintball is very important to grow as a team. And it's beautiful to see that. Like you can really see it with you guys. You know what I mean? And as even as new players coming in, they get acclimatized to it because you're still a newer guy and you bought in right away, right?
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So second question coming in hot. So
Uh-huh.
what is your favorite drill to run with the guys, Trent? And what are you looking to accomplish out of this drill and to really push the guys? And then on the flip side of it, what's what's your personal least favorite drill?
My personal favorite drill that I like to do is the under 60 seconds scenario where you have to go out and score a point in under 60 seconds, under 45 seconds because you you really need to learn how to do that because in pressure situations, kind of like what we had in at Dover, we we had the chance to get that point and tie it
Mm.
up, and it was a under 60 second. We literally just needed one more extra second, and a lot of teams usually don't run that play, but you need to do that specific play at practice because when you're tired and you're gassed and it's Sunday and everything just feels like heavy, you have to be able to push through that and just break through that wall and be able to execute.
Push the pace, push it
Hmm.
through. Okay, all right. And then what's your least favorite drill?
Oof. My least favorite drill, I would have to say trying to find bounce shots is my least favorite drill, especially when you're the person in the bunker that's testing whether or not it comes in or not. I know for the Dover practice, luckily we had the Ironman in our uh I think it was Ironman Heat and NYX.
Hmm.
So and Henry, we know Henry since, because he's kind of a local guy, played on Revo, and now he's on Ironman. So he was taking us through some of the bounce shots, and we practiced some bounce shots with him. I know Chance shot me with a couple of bounce shots when I was in the bunkers, just testing them. And yeah, that's not fun to do when you're the person that has to be in the bunker.
I've never. I don't know. There's a certain art to bounce shots that I've never been able to master. I don't. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but there is art to it. But God bless those that can do it. But yeah, that'd be one of my least favorites too as well. But I like that 60-second push the pace, get down the field, get the point, a consistent drill, and everybody knows how to move cohesively as a unit down the field in those 60 seconds. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Next question. Coming in hot. Paint's coming in hot. Like I told you, he got mad paint. When shit gets popping on the field, Trent, and when you know what, in that 60-second point that we just talked about, where does Trenton like to cook? Where are we gonna find you? You're gonna be in the D side. You're gonna be in the snake. Is Trenton coming up the middle? Where does Trenton like to cook when it's time to cook, when shit gets popping?
Well, um, it's kind of hard for me because I've gotten so versatile is that for playing for so long, I will either go up the snake side or go in the middle or be the one on the D side. That's the part of the 60-second drill. You got to learn how to play out of position and literally just go. Just go and die on your sword. Yeah, you may take about 15 welts in the process, but you gotta learn how to just go in every scenario, whether you're going through the middle, playing one of the wings or the bricks, or just playing up the D side and learning how to play off the chaos or learning how to play off the chaos on the snake side.
So you just want to be a good Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that. If we were to ask your coach then, um, what would he say would be Trenton's strength?
My greatest strength is that I'm always a communicator. I'm always talking. You always hear my voice. I'll always try and figure out, break down the scenario, whether we have bodies alive, what's the kill count? Okay, look at the clock, see how
Hmm.
much time is left on the clock. And if you know when I am dead and off the field because you don't hear my voice. It's a little funny story. With the MAO event during the All-Star game that they were having the veteran militia All-Star game as well. Our teammate Big Z Scott, he got into a 2-on-1, and literally I shouted to him, I'm like, Scott, Dorito 3. And he recognized my voice out of everybody that was shouting in the crowd. And next thing you know, he snaps out the Dorito 3, and I go, 1-on-1, Scott. And he just smokes the guy in the 1-on-1. He still owes me a Sunny D Seltzer for that one. I haven't gotten paid for that one yet, Scott. I still remember.
Oh, Scott, if you're listening, get the man his Sunny D, please. Jesus. All right. So comms, good comms would be your strength. Con, clear comms. Okay. Hey, comms will win it or lose it for you, man. So that's it right there. All right, moving on. And this will become one of my favorite questions to ask. This kind of shows how eclectic we are as paintballers. You know, we like what we like. So I like. Let me see what you say. So, what are the top three things, Trent, that you gotta have in your gear bag to have a top-notch day of paintball? I'm talking like if you don't have these things, you're not shooting anybody. And I'll give you the same example I give every guest. This guest told me one time, baby powder. Man, shit got way too weird. Shit got way too
Oh
weird.
man.
Shit got way too
Wow.
weird, way too quick. We're trending, but it did help him play well for the day. So that's just an example. So give me the top three things,
Ooh.
Trent, you gotta have in your gear bag to have a solid day of paintball. You're not shooting nobody. That's unique.
Okay.
That's
The
unique
top.
to you.
All right. For me, my top three things are number one, you got to have batteries. Always got to have batteries in your gear bag, whether it's for your hopper or for your gun. Number
There's
two
always a guy
for
on the
me,
team that never has them, and yeah, you got to break them off some.
I always have batteries in my gear bag. It's like, no, I can't.
You're the batteries guy. Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah. My number two thing I have to have in my gear bag, is KT tape because I am an older player, but I I am so happy that I've been able to play for so long and not had any injuries playing this sport. So yeah, when you get to that age, it's like, okay, how do I keep playing at a certain level without really hurting and injuring myself? So it's like KT tape is number two,
KT tape is
and
gold.
mm-hmm. And number three thing I gotta always have in my gear bag is my wallet. Always have your wallet because you need to be able to pay for your stuff.
Just tap and go, man. Just tap and go. All right, hold on, all right, hold on. Let me fall back and look at this. So, you're the batteries guy. I always got
hmm
batteries whether for the gun, for the hopper, for whatever it is. You got have the batteries. Um, unless you get yourself a DRV and you gotta worry about that no more. But that's a different
hmm
story. KT tape, which as an older player myself, I will say KT tape has saved me the last couple of years. So that's why I had to give you the gunshots for it because I agree. And wallet, because man's got to be able to pay for stuff. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
paintball's expensive.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. I like that. I like that. See, this is why I like to ask this Quentin friend because like see, you get a whole lot of different answers from everybody. Man, and it really shows like what makes us click and what we need to make us successful on the field. You know what I mean? And it's funny too sometimes. So, all right, cool. All right, so Trent, you've been playing paintball for a minute right now. For a minute now,
Yes.
and we all have them. We all, guys that we have in our black book that when we see them, it's on sight. And sometimes it might be a whole
Ooh.
it might be a whole squad. So this
Mm.
question coming in hot for you, Trent. Who would you say is your number one paintball ops? I'm talking like when you see them, it's on sight. Give me an extra pod. Listen, Ramon, I'm sorry, I might get a penalty here, man, but it might be a whole squad. And not trying to give nobody no extra smoke, but it is what it is. Like I said, we all got him.
Oh man, it's a little bit funny because I, I it's a little bit funny for me personally because I don't have anybody on site because of my nature. I have such a unique personality, but because I have so many friends on so many different teams, it's on site for me because everybody wants to shoot the crap out of me. So I was like, oh no, I say, hey, they're going to shoot the crap out of me. You guys are all good. I could take the smoke. I was like, hey, here he goes.
So you're everybody's prize that they want to get. So,
Oh yes, yes, I'm the big buck that everybody wants to shoot.
but who would you say would be your number one power? Like I gotta shoot this cat, or if I don't shoot this cat, there's gonna be some problems.
Let's see. I would have to say for me personally, he doesn't play anymore. But his name is Amir. He used to play on the Nasty Semi Pro line, and
I think I've heard of
his
him.
speed, yeah. If you go back and watch like a Nasty Semi Pro video, like Chicago 2018, where they played AC Diesel, he was a snake player, but his speed and his height, it was always like if you didn't match this guy or you let him go, he would come down the field on the snake side and shoot three of you and just take out your whole team. So that was the one guy that I was like, okay, it's almost like I gotta take him out. I don't care about anybody else. It's just him. I want him.
Gotta get him off the field now.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right, cool. Amir. All right, nice. I love it. So hey, sometimes it's good to be hunted, and I mean, like you said, it opens up opportunities for everybody else. Everybody's trying to shoot a shit out of you.
hmm
Yeah, I like that. I like that. After a long day of paintball training, what's your favorite post paintball food, man? After either you guys have done it, yeah, we've got it, or we're just like, whoo. Man, but what do you and the family like to get together and eat after a long day of paintball? What's your favorite post paintball food?
My favorite post-game meal is basically hitting up a shout out to Henry since because he put me onto this, is
And
a hmm is going to a Mediterranean restaurant and having like Mediterranean food like that
mm,
style. It's like Cava, like the two of my favorite restaurants is Cava and Meza. And thank you, Henry Sense, for putting me on to that because I probably have burned probably about at least $1,000 just going there in uh in about like 6 months because it's just so good and it's so tasty and it serves
really?
you up. Yes, so if some of you may know, Henry was sort of like a bigger guy when he first came into the league, and when he went to like that diet of going to Mediterranean style, he lost a lot of weight and he's become a killer. I was like, and then he introduced me to that, and I was like, this is just some really tasty bomb ass food. I'm like, yes, I gotta keep eating this.
What's
So,
what's 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 your number one dish?
my number one dish is a harissa chicken bowl with pickled onions, cucumbers, some corn, with spinach, brown rice, and yeah, that is my
That sounds
number one.
interesting.
Yes, it's just so good.
See, this is I gotta say, I think this is the first in 7 seasons, Trenton, that anyone has ever said Mediterranean food. And now I'm
Hmm.
and now I'm intrigued because now one of the questions don't let this slender frame fool you. You know, I've been working out. I've been working out, but I like to eat. You know what I mean? So obviously, like I like to try new things as we're in new places. So that's one of the reasons I asked the question because we're in all these different places. So Mediterranean food, okay, all right. I'm gonna
Hmm.
start. We're see if Kava. You said is one of
Yeah,
your choices.
Cava and Meza. Those are the two Mediterranean food spots I love to eat.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's see. We're actually gonna be. I think ICPL is. I think the last event is gonna be in Maryland. So
Okay.
let's see if I can add these spots to the list.
Huh?
Which is crazy. The last time we were in Maryland, everybody wanted to have seafood, and I'm not like a big seafood guy. I found this one little Mexican spot down in the cut, boy. Ooh, some burritos, bam, boy.
Yeah, that's the one thing about us. You can find all types of food here, whether it's the crab cakes or you can find little nice little hole in the wall place that serves good pizza or Mexican food, which man is just so versatile.
I'm looking forward to coming back for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, we love paintball, Trenton. It's a passion of ours. We get into it, but sometimes there's just some stuff about it, like we talked about earlier with the refs, that just grinds our gears. But other than the ref, shitty refing, what would you say is your number one paintball pet peeve, Trenton? What's one thing in paintball you're just like, man, we could just get this shit out of here, man, please.
Bad paint. Bad paint. It's only been in my whole time of playing paintball has only been one tournament in which we had bad paint that it did not shoot straight. And this is with every team. This is like it was just you were lucky to get a straight ball through your gun. And then towards the end of the day, we figured out the secret. You took the paint out of the bags and literally put it in the box and wiped it all down with a towel. And eventually we were able to shoot straight. We wound up getting third in that tournament, but yeah, bad paint can ruin your day so quickly in paintball.
That is a fact. Like I said, a lot of teams were saying they were having issues at Dover with paint. You know what I mean? There's one video I saw, I think it was one of the Russians. I think he got up to the Cobra and he looked across. He was trying to chop somebody into Dorito, and the paint was just. I think he
Mhm.
emptied like half a hopper to land one shot, and I'm like, what the hell are you? What are you shooting, bro? Like swabby as shit or something? I don't know, but yeah, bad paint will ruin the day for sure, for sure, for sure. But all right, couple more questions and you're off the hot seat, Trent. You're doing great. He's running out of paint. I
Okay.
promise you. I promise you. I promise. And so a lot of new stuff has come out recently, Trent. And one of the things to even alleviate that bad paint, is that whole thing we can put them in that one little bag and shake them out, so you don't have to do that towel thing. But so a lot of new stuff has come out recently. Trenton. What do you think is the coolest, most exciting new paintball product out there right now?
I'll say the coolest and newest paintball product out there. I'll have to say the ball sack. I like the ball sack. That's one of the coolest paintball products I've seen because you can. It's so much faster than the old way of you doing it by yourself. I know I was recently helping out the Nevermores, our the local women's WNXL team that also plays out of NR.
Hmm.
I was at Tampa, pitting for them, and we um I was using Eastside's ball sack to help them like fill up pods and whatnot, and it was just going so smoothly for them, and it was so fast. I was like, wow, this is really, really a good product. So I say the ball sack is best in the most coolest product that's come out recently.
It definitely makes life a little bit easier when you get those little slimy bags that you gotta deal with.
Hmm.
Okay, I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. All right. What what else do you do for fun, Trent, outside of paintball? Like, or it's like what else is it ball is life for you? Like, but what else? If you had to do something else other than paintball, what else do you do for fun, man?
I actually do bowling for fun. So
Oh,
I've been doing.
okay.
hmm Bowling is actually my sport of choice. I've been doing that since I was 4 years old. My dad bowls, my grandfather bowls, so naturally that came to me. And me and my dad, we still bowls together. We just finished doing our local league area here. So
Mm,
yeah, that's what I do for fun. It's just a sport that, again, the longevity in that sport. My dad is about to become 72 in about a week, and he's,
it's still
like I said,
killing
he's
it.
been bowling. He's still killing it. He's been bowling forever, and that's why I love that sport.
Give me a good bowling tip. I think I bowled twice and I'm horrible at it. So what's a good bowling tip?
A good bowling tip to remember is that your hand dictates where the ball goes. So basically, if you bring your hand straight up towards the pins, it's going to go straight up towards the pins. If you bring your hand up towards the gutter, it's going to go to the gutter. So that's a great bowling tip that people need to remember.
Hmm. Okay. Let's see if I got one more. All right, bowling. Is that have you taken Eastside bowling? Have they gone bowling with you?
No, we have not gone bowling, but there's somebody else on the team. Marcus, he also bowls as well, which I recently found out about. So if we do go bowling, me and Marcus are definitely going to be the ringers that people are going to have to worry about.
Cool. All right, last question off the hot seat, man. I saw. Who would you say would be Trenton's Mount Rushmore of paintball? Who are the ones that you put up there? Like, and it could be even some Maryland, some Washington or some Maryland legends up there that you know from personally. But who would you say is your paintball Mount Rushmore, and why? And what attributes you really love about them?
Okay, my paintball Mount Rushmore. For me, number one is Chad George. Um,
Mhm.
I remember very first, actually the first and second Dirter DVD videos I've seen, Bring Out Your Dead and Dirter Dementia. I
Mhm.
just remember seeing him play for the Philadelphia All-Americans, and it's like, wow, who's this guy that's always attacking, always in the mix, getting down the field and doing damage? I was like, yeah, that's a real cool style, and he's still doing it right now.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
um, no, number two is Alex Mouse Goldman. Again, a snake player. He's just so deadly, and I like that person where you're like, oh crap, he's on the field. We have to worry about him because if you're worrying about him, you're obviously forgetting about the rest of the team. So,
So let me
I.
ask you a question.
Mhm.
Stick a pin with Mouse, right? Mouse has
Mhm.
come under criticism lately. He's been very vocal. He's been very, some would say, overly aggressive. How do you feel about that? And do you think it's a good look or a bad look for paintball?
Yeah, he brings emotion to the game. It's You can't always just play the game flat. It's like, okay, he gets emotional. I mean, it is what it is. This is a very, very emotional sport in which you gotta bring energy. You always gotta be at a top tier form because in the sport if you mess up, hey, you can potentially get relegated and lose your pro spot. I know some people don't like that style, but if you really think about it, it helps take you personally to the next level because hey, you know he's a threat, so you need to step your game up to be a threat to him as well. So
Match his energy.
match his energy.
I like that. I like that. But you know
Uh-huh.
what? I'm gonna say this. There's too much kumbaya sometimes. Like
Uh-huh.
we're playing a sport where we're trying to shoot the shit out of each other. Um,
Uh-huh.
let we can talk some shit.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
All right, so
Yep.
Ted George, Goldman.
Uh,
All right, who else you got?
yep. All right. Next one. I think is you can figure out the trend where I'm going here. Uh, next one is Keith Brown. Keith Brown,
Mm,
again, a nasty snake player, just also a threat. I remember just watching him on Damage. I was like, wow, this guy and just doing it, and he's doing it so young, like getting pro at 18 and just winning World Cup like way back in 20, I think it was 2011 it was. So, and to see him just evolve his game and just get up there, and I remember watching him and sorry, him and Mouse on Impact. I was like, that is one of the most deadliest 1-2 I have seen in paintball on the snake side for a while. And when they came back
scary
together
one
on
too.
Damage, I was like, man, that's just I feel bad for the rest of the
That's not
league.
even fair if you really think about it. The speed factor alone, just his
Yeah.
speed and the aggressiveness is off the charts. Okay, so we got Chad, we got Goldman, we got Keith Brown. Who's the last one on there?
The last one I have to go with basically the GOAT himself, the OG Mohawk killer, Mr. Thomas Taylor.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Mr. Excessive. Yep. I just loved his style. He was also an aggressive style of snake player, ready to get up in your face and always change it. But recently he's like changed his style. Like he doesn't really play the one, he plays like a three and he goes up the middle and just does damage. And that's how I think that's how I evolved sort of my game as well, is that okay, I'm not really playing the one role, I'm playing more of a two role, but I can go up and play a one role
if you
if
need
need
to,
be.
yeah,
And I like his style and I admire him. That's my that's my goat right there. That's my paintball Mount Rushmore.
I like that. Let me fall back. You got Chad George, you got Goldman, you got Keith Brown, and you got Thomas Ted. That's an impressive list, sir. All right, guys, you know the drill. Let us know what you think about Trenton's Mount Rushmore and how you think it would stack up against your Mount Rushmore. All right. All right. Before we get out of here, Trenton, I really want to talk about, you're a member of BPU, and we're both, men of color, but there's really not a lot of us. There is a lot of us, but there's not a lot of us represented in paintball. How do you think we can get more, not just men, because obviously girls ball too.
Hmm.
More people like us into paintball and get it to help paintball grow. What strategy you think will really help? Because I think we're missing the bus. We're missing it here. There's still a lot of us, but we need more of us in it. So how can we get more of us involved in paintball?
Well, that's actually kind of a funny scenario for me. When I go to my local gym and when I'm finished doing my workout, I always throw on a paintball shirt. Like I throw on my local NRPL shirt and it has a paintball logo and symbol on it. And I'm out there just wearing that and it's just help getting the sport out there. And people come up to me and say, "Oh, that's real cool. I never heard of that." And then I tell them about like the league and stuff. I say, hey, come out. There are fields all over. There's one down here, there's one up here, so you could come out and try it. And they will. That's how you can do it. It's mainly just wearing the gear, the like I'm wearing the Eastside shirt right now. Just basically just wearing the apparel and just getting it out there so people can see it. And then when they ask you a question about it, you just tell them about it and you just spread the word that way.
I like it. How do you feel about like I think were you part of that when everybody at BPU got together and played in those tournaments? Were you ever experienced that?
I did. I got to play one tournament. I think it was World Cup a couple of years ago. We threw in a D4 line dark,
Mm.
and it was a cool experience playing with those guys and experiencing that for the first time. So yeah, it was a cool experience and I can add that to my resume. I was like, wow, that's
I
something
saw
I've
that,
never.
and as I look back, I'm like, and still to this, every once in a while it pops up on the timeline. I'm like, yeah, that was really dope because you never really see a team just full of everybody that looks like us. You know what I mean? And winning and kicking everybody. And you guys pissed a bunch of people off, and it's still tight. Stay tight. All right. Well, you are off the hot seat, sir. So I want to thank you for being such a good sport. My guy, you guys finally got him. He's walking off. He's looking back to see who shot him so he can put them in his black book. So we're well before we go to commercial, is there any of your sponsors or any of your supporters that you really want to give a shout out that's really been instrumental to helping you on the East Side and your success so far and going forward in the season?
Yes, I wanted to give a shout out to DLX Lux. Giving us great guns to be able to shoot this year. Defy Paint has been great, especially with the first two events. First event Tampa, you had a nice cool weather. And then you had this recent event where it was chilly weather and the paint still shot money. Um, Shout out to the NRPL and NRXL, which is basically the same league. One is 5-man, one is X Ball. For all the teams that play there and all our friends that play out of those two leagues in our home field, NR Paintball, and field owner John Atkins for allowing us to be able to represent his field. And shout out to HK Army as well for the amazing goggles and the jerseys that we wear. So yeah, thank you very much for all of that you guys do for us.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. He's sad till you die. All right,
East
all
side till I die.
right, all right, guys. So, all right, Trenton, this is where we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna take a commercial break, and when we come back from commercial, I have now retreated to Dorito Corner, and you and the boys are coming, and you get two shots at me, sir. So, guys,
Okay.
go refill your beverage, get your mind right, go repack your fuel six. Whatever you gotta do. Join us back, Orda66 Lair, season 7, episode 16. We've been talking with Trenton Hunt from Eastside Paintball. Come back, come back, come back. Join us, join us, join us. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Yep.
So real quick, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Lavina Paintball down in Doosan, Louisiana. Them and Parcells runs a great field down there. They have scenario tournaments year round, uh, X ball tournaments. Make sure you tap into lavinapaintball.com. There's a hyperlink to their page right on our website. Make sure you tell them Gavin sent you, and make sure you check them out if you're in the Louisiana area. Also, our other sponsor, our major sponsor, is Upstate Action Park right here in the Northeast. John's got a great facility there. The UXL is starting up soon. At actually end of this month, the UXL starting up. There's going to be a live feed for that on our YouTube. So make sure you tap into that. Yours truly is actually going to be doing the game commentary for it. So check that out. But Upstate Action Park, great field. Make sure you check it out. UpstateActionPark.com. Hyperlink to his website. Their field is also on our website as well. Shout out to our subscribers. We could not do this without you. 7 seasons, guys. Whether you watch and listen to us on Spotify or on Amazon or Audible, whatever it is, thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you tap in. And if this episode is one of your favorites, if you think Trenton's episode is one of your favorites, you can vote, and Trenton can actually win the Orda66 Don't Sleep award
Ooh.
for the quarter. So, guys, make sure you
Yes.
like, subscribe, share, comment. If they say, I know this episode is bomb, and Trenton could win this and add it to his trophy wall. So, yeah, there we
Yes.
go.
I'd love to add that to my trophy wall.
All right, guys. Bills are paid. We are back. Order 66 Lair, season 6. Sorry, season 7, episode 16. We're talking with Trent Hunt from Eastside Paintball. Thanks, Trent. You've been a good sport, man. I had a good time getting out in your business, man, talking paintball and everything. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
for spending some time with us, son.
Yep. Glad to be here.
So the tables have turned, as I said before, and now I have retreated to Dorito Corner, and you and the boys are coming. So you get two shots, trying to click clack. I'm tight to the bunker. What you got for me?
Okay. My first question is, out of all the tournaments that you have probably played in, what is your favorite that you've played in?
My favorite that I've played in. That's a good question. My favorite that I've played in. My favorite that I've played. World Cup's always a good time. I always like doing cup just because you get to see everybody, so that's always fun. But for me personally, the last 2 seasons, POC Pittsburgh Open is fun. For the mechanical scene, just the vibe, the atmosphere, the history with everybody being there, and also we also seem to play very well there as well too as well, so that helps. Um, Yet the podium there, we always like get close, but never. But I do love Pittsburgh Open. There's something about that field and just the atmosphere that I really love, and I look forward to going every year. They just announced actually registration for it, so that's gonna be cool. So if you've never played a mechanical event and you ever want to do one, make sure you put Pittsburgh Open on your calendar. And it's cool too because other than being a player, I'm also been typically the last 3 years been a vendor too as well. So I get to experience it from both ends. Being a player and then coming
Okay.
back and being a vendor and getting to meet everybody and do the whole. It's really cool. So yeah, I say Pittsburgh Open #1 and World Cup is always fun. Uh, so yeah.
And my second question would be, what is your most favorite paintball setup that you've ever had?
Before the one I have now. Because what I was really singing. I had a Planet Eclipse Geo 3.5. It was the black and gold like Edmonton Impact color.
Ooh.
I had a die high cap rotor on that bad boy, and that thing just got bodies. I don't know what it is about PE. I love the Planet Kips platform. I know you guys are Lux guys and all that, but there's something about a P gun that it's just smooth as butter. And that 3.5 was just dialed in, and with that, I had a high cap road. I was just raining death from from the back bunkers. So yeah, that was my favorite. I actually regret. Sometimes life happens, and I regret not holding on to that marker. I'm actually looking at a picture of it right now, and I'm just like, oh, tear. Yeah, but that was my favorite setup. That black and gold, um, Planet Gibbs 3.5 was money with that die rotor. But now I'm rocking an EMEC with a DRV on it, and I'm loving that. I'm loving it. Loving it. I be playing speedball with that shit, and people are like, "Have you lost your mind?" I'm like, "Yep, let's go."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ah, dang. Those are some good answers.
I'm good. I'm off the hot seat. You got me.
Yeah, you're off the hot seat. Got you too. You're off the hot seat.
So you guys shot me. I don't know if you shot me or Ramon shot me or Chance. One of you guys shot me. And looking back, putting all three of y'all in the black book. Next, I think on the black book. All right, good times, man. Good times. All right, man. So, Trenton, once again, man, thank you once again for hanging out with us here in the lair, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us. Good hunting. Good luck to you and the team the rest of the season. Let's get some more bling up
Yeah.
out there, and yeah, let's get it done.
Yep.
Do you
All right.
got you got do you
Thank you
got,
very much.
you got anything for the peoples before we get out of here? Any message for your East Side fans?
For Eastside fans, just keep coming to events, whether it's local and national, and cheering us on, and just have a good day and just have a good time at any event you go to.
Let's play some paintball. We need more paintball with all the craziness that's going on in the world today. All right, guys. So before we get out of here, keep tagging us in your pictures, repping Orda66 on or off the field. You stand a chance to win a $25 gift card to our shops, and also a cool Order66 Top Shutter chain if your picture or video is voted on one of the top picks of the month. Also,
Okay.
we're trying to clear out all the stuff in our shop, guys. So we got our hoodies on sale right now for $35. And we also got some of the coolest tech tees and beanies on sale. And any of our denim headbands are now marked down to $50 too as well. So check out the shops at Orda66Paintball.com. We do ship same day with tracking, and we do local delivery in the area. Hey, thank you once again. What do we say all the time? Don't sleep, stay dangerous. We out. Peace.
Peace.
And I'm seeing